one more thing, Gary, before we get started.
Okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen from around the world, 50 countries and counting. It's just amazing to see everybody that's taken the time out of their busy schedules today to be with us here. And I can tell you that Gary and I, Lou, Craig, David, Joseph, we are just blessed, very blessed to see what's going on that we will get to in this conversation. But I want to make sure one more time. So if you are needing to have the text show up in your language, just simply scroll, for those that don't know, down there where it says show captions, click on that, click the up arrow, go to your speaking language and pick your language. And one of the things we always do, Gary, is ask that question, and I'll turn it over to you. You're next.
All right, folks, welcome to our call. If you are new and it's first time to our call, please give me a 1. If you're new to the call, give me a 1. First time to one of our calls. We have a few. We got a pretty good group here of new people. We're always excited to see the new people so you can see what we're excited about. So, Lou, if you want to share the first screen for me. And Lou, go ahead and unmute.
You need to approve me.
I just did. Welcome, Philippines. Now we're still getting people joining as we're starting. So generally, what I do right here at this point, folks, is I'm going to ask the audience, new people in particular, new people only. Have you ever been in any online opportunity before? Give me a 2 if you've been, new people have been in some type of opportunity, direct selling, something of that nature, trying to earn a little extra income to supplement what you have. Give me a 2 if you fall in that category, new people. Okay. So the next question that we generally ask is, how many of you new people, when you were in one of those opportunities, how many of you made $500 a month more than any expense or auto ship or whatever they did? Give me a 3 if you made more than 500, or 1 if you didn't make anything. We got a couple 3s in there. But as you look through those numbers, and you can see about 85% of the people that join some type of opportunity end up like what we call, anybody ever see a prune tree? They have the trees, and some branches don't get enough water, and there's a prune on the end of the branch. What happens to that prune? It's not getting enough water in that branch. It falls off and dies, right? So after 2 or 3 months of not making money, what happens? Come on, we're interactive on the call. If you're not making any money and you've been spending your money for 3 or 4 months, eventually you get frustrated and give up, right? You're like the prune. It drops to the ground and dies. People quit, right? So if we can show you a way tonight where nobody would ever quit on you, you can get people in profit really, really fast. Would I have your attention? Give me a 4 if I have your attention with that statement. We got a lot of 4s going. So I'll tell you what. Can't promote. Okay. Okay. Folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. this call, we're going to introduce you to what is called DES ALPES community. Together, we can reach heights that people only dream of. We may go quicker alone, but together we go farther. Okay, next screen, Lou. Okay. Lou, if you'll click through the disclaimer for me, thank you. And we'll just go ahead and fill it in due to time. Go ahead, you can fill it all in. So, you must be 18 years or older to participate. Results obtained with DES ALPES are not guaranteed. We're going to show you numbers and how they work for us, but no one person can be guaranteed. Every individual is going to experience different results depending on lots of factors such as personal effort, skills, level of participation. Go ahead, there we go. We're not financial advisors. No promise of future income earnings is made. It is important to understand that past performance is not indicated of future results. Income generated can vary greatly from person to person. Okay, next slide, please. Encourage a realistic approach and careful management of your expectations. You're going to see some very large numbers tonight. And while we have a great deal that have achieved those, we're not going to sit here and make a false promise or give you false expectations. Go ahead and fill in the screen. There we go. Our values: generosity, respect, authenticity, coherence, and engagement. Next screen, please. Go ahead. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. So the origin of DES ALPES is a fruit. Whoa. We're getting in a hurry there. There we go. DES ALPES is the fruit of a deep reflection of minds and love of people that was forged over the past 7 years by 4 close friends that were experienced in the business of network marketing direct sales in Quebec, Canada. DES ALPES community administrators and chosen master distributors accumulate nearly 200 years of experience in the industry. The objective is to help people from all walks of life create a substantial income that can change lives in a short period of time through strong leadership based on simple actions, network growth, and daily shopping. Now, I want to stop at this point for a second. And I want to tell you that when they put this together, they didn't have what we call the whales, the large people that can put hundreds of people in some deal. They had in mind average people, people that struggled to make any kind of money online, folks. And what we want to do when we go into the next few slides is kind of give you the vision that they had and why they have it. Next slide, please. Okay, now this will strike home, folks. 1 adult out of every 13 has participated in either a network marketing or online direct sales. Over 120 million today are actively involved in online direct sales worldwide. It's a $200 billion a year industry. The vast majority of participants claim they have spent more money than they have made. Folks, if you fall in that category, it's a low no return on investment, ROI. New people, if you fall in that category, you spent more money than you made, give me a 5. New people only. Okay. We got a few 5s. Now, folks, I want to show you something a little different. I'm going to take something out of order tonight. We normally do this at the end. Okay. For those on the call that are members here, if you've got 3 levels or less filled, 3 levels, give me a 3. 3 levels full. It takes 1 level to be in profit, folks. 1 level, you're in profit. Okay? If you have 4 levels, currently, if you have 4 levels full, give me a 4. If you have 5 levels full, give me a 5. Okay, Mike, we're going to get to you guys. 6. My 6s. Okay? What we're trying to show you, new people, is how many people percentage-wise on the call. Now we're going to do one more step. If you've got your first 2 people and you're in profit because you've got your first 2 people, you're not reaching in your back pocket to spend any money, give me a 2.
There you go, Gary. That's amazing.
It's amazing. So the reason I did this out of order, we normally do it a little different than this. We actually have 90% of a very large group in profit, qualified for the entire compensation plan at the opening bell, folks. We're just past pre-launch. We're still at the end of pre-launch, getting ready to open the doors to the public. And all these people that have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are making money. And many of them have never made money before. So let's go one more step. Folks, for those people that put 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 down, how many of you have never made any real hard money before you came to this opportunity here? Give me a 10 if it falls in your category. For new people, how mind-boggling is this? What you're looking at? Are you starting to get the feeling that what we're about to present to you may be different than anything you've ever looked at before? If it's starting to do that, new people, give me a 7. If it's starting to look like something's different here, okay? Something's way different here. Next slide, please. The opportunity. We're going to get into serious stuff now. Okay? Serious stuff. This is an international opportunity. Okay? Worldwide, 160 countries available. You have nothing to sell. I'm sorry, which question, Janice? Okay, we don't sell, we have stuff to sell, but you will not be buying it or pushing that onto somebody else. Many will seize this business model as it will sustain itself through actions that can never be stopped. Daily shopping. Simply follow the process and watch your income grow organically, exponentially in time. Next slide, please. The ALPES will create longevity and income sustainability through a simple process, which is daily shopping. For new people on the call, how many of you shop online? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you shop online, folks, new people. All right, we all do it. We all shop. Many of us pay Amazon $15 a month. just so we can get free shipping, right?
Yeah, only 200 million.
And only 200 million paying them $15 a month, right? What would happen if you could shop for free and get paid for shopping and never pull a credit card out of your back pocket? Never pull a credit card to buy anything. Would I have your attention if we could do that? Next slide, please. The DES ALPES compensation plan. We're about to get excited, folks. Here's the structure. Now, if I could tell you, all of you, that we're going to build 3 compensation plans with the same people. The same people. So we're going to start at our 2x20 matrix. Okay? This is what we call a forced matrix. Is anybody here familiar with a forced matrix? Not a binary, a forced matrix. Give me a 2 if you're familiar with it. Okay? We won't have to go too deep into it. But basically all it means is you only have 2 spaces at the top. When you bring 2 people in, if you bring 3, they got to fall under somebody else. Okay? So, my first level, I brought 2 people in. That was 17 weeks ago. 17 weeks ago, I brought in Robert, I brought in Bob. And Robert and Bob got their first 2. And boom, we're so deep now, it's scary, but really what happened at the end of the first week, we turned around, we had 100 people already. We blinked 4 weeks ago, we had 2,300. And today, we're approaching, I believe, somewhere around 12,000 people in a blink of an eye. 17 weeks. It has turned in to almost 12,000 people in this group here. And we'll cover that in a little more depth. So, you want to click my slide there, please? Now, you must be 18 years to participate, yes. Now, the unilevel. Same people. The unilevel doesn't have the same widths. So if you sponsor more people, and we're not going to teach you that way, not at first, but the width can be unlimited in a unilevel. So over here, and we'll cover all this in the next slide, how it works is the people that I brought in personally fall on that first level. The company's going to pay me 50% matching bonus on what they make. And we're going to cover that in just a minute. My second level, they're going to pay me 20%. My third level, 10, fourth level 10, and fifth level 10. Now, how many people is that? Okay. Well, it's a unilevel, so this width grows eventually because the way of the concept. Next slide, please. There are 3 ways to join the community. You could come in as a member only. It's broken down to $9 for a back office and $20 that covers basically shopping. But the way that works is every purchase, which you're not pulling out of your pocket, is self-funded, and we'll show you how that works, means you'll get cash back as a member 10 levels deep. Now, you can open a lot more levels, and we'll show you how that works, but 10 levels deep. Okay? I want you to keep that in mind. You get $25 a month in cash back advance. And you have the potential of earning cash back only, because you're only a member, from 2,046 shoppers, folks. Sure. A member is when somebody comes in, they're not going to be part of the compensation plan per se. Okay? What it means is they get cash back from every purchase and the purchase of people that fall below them. It goes into a bank. It gives them the free shopping. They'll get to shop just more than they could ever dream about. And so what happens? They're going to keep shopping because they're not spending any money, but they're getting free shopping. Is that clear, folks? Give me a 2 if that's real clear. Okay. So let's move on to the next bracket. This is called a VIP member. Your cost is a one-time $129 plus the $29 a month, $9 for your back office, 20 goes into shopping, 25 in cash back. You can participate 12 levels deep. Income potential from 8,190 shoppers. Now, you can participate in payout of the immediate compensation plan, step 1, which we'll cover in another slide. Okay? Now, once you decide to sponsor somebody, then we go into what's called the ambassador. This is where it starts for everyone. This is where you want to be. You pay a one-time $129, which is auto-repeating, all funding. So once you have 2 people, you will never pay into the system again. $25 in advance shopping, like everybody else. But now, with 2 people, you would be qualified up to 20 levels, right? Income potential from over 2 million shoppers. Folks, I'm going to sit here and tell you DES Alpes will have over 1 million in the next 12 months. We're actually ahead of schedule, okay? Actually, we're ahead of the schedule. So, next slide, please. Now, all members are shoppers. Member, VIP member, and ambassador. We are all shoppers. We all make a purchase once a month out of our bank. Out of our bank. Okay? And we'll show you where that money comes from in a little bit. Lou, go ahead and click that for me. There we go. Thank you. We all get $25 a month in advance cashback credit. So if you got $25 in your bank and that's all you had, you still can make a purchase every month and not pull out your credit card, right? Folks, new people particularly, do you want to pay in every month just so you can get maybe get a commission at the end of the month? Or would you like to see it where you're using your profits and advanced cashback credits to purchase rather than pulling out your credit card? Do I have your attention, new people? Give me a 5 if that is starting to make sense for our new people. Well, what happens if you could make a whole bunch of money doing this as well? Would I have your attention if you could make a lot of money doing this and still not reaching in your back pocket every month, month after month? Now, if what I'm saying is accurate, who's going to ever drop out on you? Do you see any place where anybody's going to want to drop out, get frustrated, and quit on you? Not going to happen. Okay? Now, You can redeem your ACC once you begin shopping in the store. Now, we're going to show you how this works. We're going to break it down for you. We're going to use the example of a $50 product with $10 in cash back, which you'll save. The $10 is going to go back to your bank. It's cash back. Okay? So you have $25. You apply the $10 ACC for the cash back. That leaves you $15 left over for your next purchase. Okay? No cash back goes into the matrix. It's already paid in the compensation plan before. Please don't confuse that. The ACC has already had a commission paid on it. So I know that can get a little confusing, but we're going to try and clear it up and break it down for you. Next slide, please. Next slide, Lou. There we go. I think we already did that when you went backwards. Oh, no, I'm mistaken. Sorry about that. So, all members, cash back. Okay, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but when we have a $50 product in the mall, the company paid $30 for it. How much is the profit level, folks? Particularly new people. 50 subtract 30 leaves what? $20. The $20 profit will be split between the 2x20 matrix and the unilevel. So we're going to show you kind of how this works. Now, if I take $10 and I divide it by 20, it's sending 50 cents per level. Right? Everybody see that? 50 cents per level. 20 levels, 50 cents. Right? And the other $10 goes over to the unilevel. But because of the way this system is set up, with the advanced cashback, and every time somebody gets ALPS points, which we haven't discussed yet, every time somebody does an upgrade, what will happen is you're going to see 20 ALPS points, 30, 40, and 50 ALPS points going into your mall. What this creates is an average of about $3.50 to $5 per person in your 2x20 matrix. So we're not going to use Bob and I's numbers to show you a sample of how this works. We're going to cut it way down. We're going to say that Bob and I only have 1,000 people right now. Folks, we're going to lowball this as hard as we can. We're not going to exaggerate the numbers. We're going to downplay the numbers and show you how that works. So if I only made $3 per person and I've only got 1,000 people, how much is my monthly income based on $3 a profit going into my $3,000, right? $3,000. How many people, new people in particular, with $3,000 a month change your life and improve it? Give me a 1 if that'll improve your life. Make a difference. How many people here remember the crash of 2008, the real estate crash of 2008? 75% of the houses that got foreclosed on would have been saved if that family had only $500 more a month of income. Okay, $500 more income would have saved 75% of the foreclosures. Okay, now we're going to show you the unit level because the direct match is 50%, right? But instead of using the figure of $3, like we did over here, we're going to lowball this. We're going to say Bob and Robert only made $1,000 in their mall. Okay? How much is 50% of $2,000? Come on, my mathematicians. Come on. $1,000. So on my level 1 over here, using a figure a third of what I made over here, which isn't realistic, okay? I made $1,000 off my direct levels over here, 50%. Okay, my level 2, they're going to pay me 20%. So how many people currently are on my level 2? Well, Bob and Robert have 2 personals. That's 4 people. All right, 4 people making $1,000. What is 20% of $4,000? 20%. 800. So there's 8 people on level 3 currently. These levels can go wide, but I want to show you the most basic form of this. So if there's 8 people on level 3 making $1,000 each, what's 10% of that? It's 800 more, right? So now let's get a little more fun. Now there's 16 people on level 4 making $1,000 each, and I get 10% of that. How much did I just make, guys? Where's my mathematicians? 1,600. Thank you, Elaine. And so now we have 32 people on level 5, but I only get 10%. How much did I make on level 5 income? We just, 32. So if we add them all up and we cut this down by a third of what we had realistically over here, so if I had this realistically over here, it's probably going to be the same over here based on those numbers. But if we lowball the numbers and show you the unit level actually made more than the mall itself over here, folks, if you're not getting excited right now, I want you to grab your right wrist and check your pulse. You might not be pumping any blood. Okay? Next slide, please. So, go all the way through it, Lou, please. Oops, went too far. Sorry about that. So, we want to take a look and get a visual of what the member can actually create. A member only comes in for shopping. We generally only have VIP when somebody's brand new until we get them through where they have their first 2. So you won't have a lot of member only. You'll get some here and there. But 10 levels deep, 2,046 shoppers, cash back only. That's what they get, cash back only. That means they're going to shop for free. Do you think they mind paying $29 a month to shop for free and always be shopping for free and not pulling a credit card out? Is that realistic, folks? Once they understand what you have? Next slide, please. VIP member. Here's how we come up with a VIP number. We sign up a new member, right? We sign up a new member. They haven't sponsored anybody yet, right? That's how they became a VIP member. What happens when they sponsor their very first person. They're just going to go into become an ambassador where the money is, the real money. Okay? Now, VIP member gets paid 12 levels, 8,190 shoppers. 8,190 shoppers. Okay, next slide, please. The VIP member has no personally sponsored members. Now, something that can happen. We don't teach this. We teach you to get your two, get qualified, get in profit, go all the way through the system. But potentially, while you're waiting, it's possible to get something, this is a cuss word to me, it's called spillover. Somebody sponsored more than two people and they fell underneath you as a VIP member. What is going to happen? The VIP member receives $50 in ALPS points from each person. So he's got $100 in his ALPS points to go shopping with. Okay? That's what they got. The ambassador that created that spillover gets $50 in cash. Okay? $50 in cash. You have 30 days to sponsor one person and be paid in cash. So in that 30-day window, okay, instead of getting the $50 in ALPS points, you can sponsor that first person and you get paid as an ambassador. Okay? Everybody understand what that meant? Okay? What that means is they're going to bank the money for you if you can get your first person in your first 30 days. So instead of ALPS points, you'll get $100 to have your cash in your bank to withdraw or do whatever you want with. Okay, next slide, please. Ambassador. Are anybody ready to get into real meat and potatoes? An ambassador has sponsored one or more. To get to one, folks, go get two people. If you sponsor one person, you can get paid on 5 levels. But if you sponsor two, you'll qualify through the entire 20 levels. Okay? All 20 levels. Okay. Ambassador. Notice they pay $129 a month. It's auto financing. Why? Because it's always going to come out of profit from here, not out of your pocket. 9 goes for your back office, 20 goes into the compensation plan, into the mall, 25 advanced cashback credit for future shopping, income earning potential from store profits up to 20 levels deep. Okay, up to 2 million shoppers. Immediate income potential from steps 1 to 7. We're going to cover that next, 1 to 7. Next slide, please. Steps 1 to 5. Okay? Step 1, you have at least one person personally sponsored. Opens up 12 levels. Costs $120, one-time payment. Income potential on step 1. That means level 1. Level 1, when I get my first 2 people, the company is going to pay me $200. Folks, let me ask you this. New people, is $200 more than 129? New people, are we in profit when we get paid $200, but we only put in 129? Is this different than anything you've ever heard before? Give me a 3 if this is so different than anything you've ever seen. Did we not just eliminate every weakness of any company that come before? There's no dropout. You're in profit with 2 people. You're not pulling your credit card out month after month, and nobody's ever going to quit. Can you now build an organization of people? Folks, can you now build an organization? Okay, next slide, please. Okay, step 2. Now, follow real close to these steps. Now, we just got paid $200. Step 2 costs $200. Are we pulling anything out of our pocket yet? The 200 we had covered the 200 we need to upgrade to step 2. Okay? Income possibility for that level is $600. When we complete that level and the company pays us $600, right? Follow me through with this. We'll end up upgrading to step 3. It costs $330. Now, out of that $330, $30 is going in Alps points to the mall. 300 is going to go directly into the compensation plan of the third 2x20 matrix. Okay, this is another income stream, folks. Our number 3. So when we fill that level and they all go through their upgrades, we'll have earned another $1,400. Minus what? Out of that $1,400 is what? Our expenses. What is our expenses? 129, 200, and 330 a month. It's a recycling effect, folks. Recycling. Every month, it repeats itself. Both your expenses and your profits, month after month. Auto-repeating. Auto-repeating. Okay? So when we get to step 4, now, do you think out of $1,400, we probably have about $800, that's true profit now. Do you think we can cover the 440? Is there enough money there to cover the upgrade without reaching in our pocket? Of course there is, right? Now, when you complete the step 4, the company's going to give you $3,000. $3,000, folks. Now, our step 5, which is the final upgrade in the first 5 levels, cost $550, auto financing. It's not coming out of pocket. Now, when that level's complete, $6,200. Okay? $6,200. Everybody see that? $6,200. Now, how much money is our gross? Next slide, we're going to go into that, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, immediate payout plan, steps 1 through 5. Just go ahead and slide through it for me, Lynn. So, folks, when you add all this together, your gross income possibility, that means there's no holes, and it means the people have gone through their 5 levels, is 11,400 minus 1649 for a minimum net of $9,751. Folks, I want you, new people particular, if $9,751 a month won't change your life, I don't know what will. This isn't part of the mall compensation. This is not part of the unilevel, but this takes time to develop. But the mall income and the unilevel income allows you the time to build this structure right here and be successful and help a lot of people be successful. Okay? And that's what it's about. It's people helping people. 2 helping 2, helping 4, helping 8, helping 16, and not letting anybody in your group fail. No prunes that die on the vine and fall to the ground. Whatever we do, we want to see nobody fail. Next slide, please. The hybrid compensation. Okay? The hybrid compensation. There's no balancing. This is not a binary, folks. Payouts come from each line. Compression from each direct. Okay? Each direct. So, on your 20th level, this is ridiculous numbers. We're not going to go into that real deep. It's silliness. You can see the numbers. But we will have no less than $1 million in 12 months. Okay? I want to just know that we're going to get there no matter what. So, next slide, please. Sponsor lineage unilevel. Okay? We kind of covered that. It's paid monthly, every month. It's paid. So it's not a daily pay like the third compensation plan, because as people upgrade, it's paid daily. Okay? The mall incomes are paid monthly. But the third, which takes a little time to develop, is paid daily. Now, there's 2 other upgrades available, 6 through 10 and 11 through 20. 6 through 10, we pay $1,100 one time annually. There's a lot of people in your 6 through 10. It's a crazy, crazy numbers. Okay? So we're not going to focus on that. We want to develop what we have, and the 6 through 10, 11 through 20 will take care of itself. Next slide, please. Okay, access the most generous compensation on the planet. The Zalps gives back 100%. Daily shopping will create a life-changing residual income for all members. Future customers impact steps 6 and 7 explained in the training. 6 through 7, we kind of covered just a drizzle. Now, I want to take this one right here and kind of talk about it for a second. For those people that live in countries that allow credit debit card, we can take our money and give it out in what we call ACH, direct deposit. For the countries that don't use a credit or debit card, you can use USDC, USDT, which is a stable coin tied to the US dollar. So the debit card the company is coming out with, now this, you'll find this rather interesting, pays 1.5% back. Okay? So if I were to take and get stupid and try and withdraw 10, 15, 20,000 from my bank in my back office and use it direct deposit right into my bank, what would happen beyond the forms that they would send in? Now, we're only applying this example to the United States. IRS. I would get the attention of the IRS. Now, I'm not saying don't pay my taxes. I'd rather just pay them at the end of the year. I don't want to pay them quarterly. I don't like the idea of paying taxes ahead of time on money I haven't earned yet, right? But let's look at the debit card that we have coming that pays me 1.5% back. For new people, how many of new people have a mortgage? We kind of touched on real estate once before. New people, give me a 3 if you have a current mortgage that you're paying. Okay? And I'm going to guess that your mortgage is anywhere from 3% to 6.5%. So if I could show you a way that when you paid your mortgage, you got 1.5% back rebate, how does that affect what you're paying on your mortgage? That's kind of neat when you think about it, right? It's like getting a discount on your interest rate. Does that make sense? So the way I would approach this when the debit card comes out, I pay everything on that because it's 1.5% back. Cash back on the top of your debit card. Usually when we transfer money, we're tied into a bunch of fees, right? Here, we're going to get paid 1.5%. I'm going to use it for my groceries and my utilities and mortgages and anything I use. I'm going to use that debit card as soon as it's available. Is there a fee? Yes, there's a fee for a debit card. I don't know if it's 25, 30, but it's not even going to matter. You're not going to care. I can promise you're not going to care. Next line, Lou. Shopping store with lots of products. We're going to be adding at least 200 products a month. Okay, we're going to start with about 240. Highest cashback returns to the community. Roadmap in progress to build the world's strongest shopping community. You'll be part of a business like you have never seen before. Next slide, please. All right, folks. Take action today for a brighter future. Get back with the person that invited you to the presentation. Now, we're going to do a Q&A, but commit to doing a business with the person that invited you to this call. All right? That's what we ask. We're going to teach you how to get qualified. Every Saturday, Bob and I do a training call to teach you how to attract people and not chase people. Chasing people, you're going to get resistance. Attracting people, you will not. Folks, when you attract people, you're going to find people interested in what you have. Okay? Rather than resisting what you have. Credit
Your
Card.
your debit card will have nothing to do with your credit score, Linda.
Nothing.
That's only if you're applying for a credit card itself.
See, there's no interest rate on the debit card. So it has no validity what your credit score is.
If you currently have a bank account and you have a credit debit card or a debit card, it just depends on your bank whether there's fees for use of it. But mine don't charge me any fees.
Bob, can we get somebody to put the Saturday link in there?
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you.
So now let's quickly do a Q&A. So if you got a question, we're going to take them one at a time and make sure they pertain to what you've seen already. So no questions from members about things that are going on or not going on right now during this time that we're going through the upgrades. We'll handle all that on Saturday training, please.
Now, new people, I know you must have some questions for new people.
You must have done a great job, Gary.
I'm gonna tell you. I had fun doing this presentation this way with Lou helping me out there.
Well, it's brand new, and I think that you did a hell of a job.
I appreciate that. Thank you. New people, are you excited? Give me a 4 or 5 if you're excited, guys. /5 out of 10. Okay.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
y'all hold off a second, please. Thanks for all the 5s and the 10s, but hold off a second. Jennifer gives 100.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hang on a second. I want everybody to get this. This is for Saturday.
You need to get with whoever your sponsor leadership upline is to get the PDF PowerPoint.
And what's the cost for this training on Saturday, Bob?
It's absolutely free.
So we've doubled the price?
Yes.
Okay. Because it used to be just free. Now it's absolutely free.
It's absolutely free. And we want you to bring anybody. It doesn't matter.
If you click that link, it'll let you register for it, and it'll send you an email.
Yeah, it's a registration link, so you got to register. It's not a straight to the Zoom link. That's 11
family
a.m.
members in the same household join as long as they're 18 years or older. And you can only take one position in the company. You cannot take an LLC EIN and stack them. You could take one. Now you can convert a position to an LLC once you've been in the company for a while if you want to go that road.
So I'm hearing I can have below me my 2 children if they're over 18.
If they're over 18.
Okay.
So let me address a question. Is the member, the year for 45 is over as midnight last night, unless you had a ticket in. If you had a ticket, they'll honor it. But from this point on, it's either $9 a month, 45 for 6 months, or 81 per year for your back office. You have 3 different options.
Yeah, KYC will apply. It doesn't at the moment, but it will. So when you're registering, go ahead and use your legal first and last name, because it's going to come out, and will get caught up in KYC. So that's know your customer. There's a good one for you, Gary.
The unit level. I'm not quite sure. Why would somebody rejoin?
You cannot rejoin.
Okay.
You only have one position.
You only have one position. If you chose to rejoin, you would have to give up the other position, which I would have trouble making sense of that. Particularly if there's people that you've already brought in, you wouldn't want to do that. It'd just be the last thing. Oh, now how wide can you go? Here's what we teach, and we've taught this from day one. We develop our first 5 in the 3rd matrix
First
first.
5 levels.
First 5 levels. Okay. So once you've developed your first 5 levels, that means you've got your foundation there. At that point, go ahead and take your link and go as wide as you want, because it'll create more income through your unit level. So, and you're going to want to do that at some point. I would suggest that maybe you look at that once you get your first 5 levels developed, then I would take that road and I do that. I still only have 2 to this day, and so does Bob, because we practice what we preach.
Yeah, 90% of the people on this call started with their first 2, and that's it.
Let me
Right
touch
now.
with Linda's question. When a member reaches 600 or more, it has to be it has to be reported, but it's reported at the end of the year, which gives you time to develop your write-offs. And we're going to do some teaching on this to kind of lower your tax burden, or even zero it out, or in some cases even get you a refund if you do it correctly. Yeah, Bruce, that's kind of not quite as accurate as we can put it. Let's put it this way. People you are personally sponsored are always attached to you no matter what. No matter how far the metrics they go. That's correct. The unit level, the unit level doesn't really get created by spillover. It's personally sponsored attached all the way through the levels. In other words, Bob's personals, his first 2 personals, and their first personals, and that's what fills those 5 levels of the unit level. What it allows you to do is go wide. After a period of time, you're going to use your length and build it wide. Big Al, I like that, Big Al.
When you upgrade to your 5th level, do you still have to upgrade level 6 level above? No, you do not. Right now, the default setting is on the positive side, so meaning that it's automatic up through 5 levels. Some of us have already been upgraded to level 6, and you know that from your page that you're on under your finances, and it will show you your levels that you have paid in all the way through level 6. If that applies to you, they are going to change that, and so level 7 is closed right now, so the 2100 is not available yet, and the 1100 will be not automatic, so you will have to upgrade on your own for that. I wished it would stay automatic, and because you have to understand that in your back office, everything that you see in the very top right hand corner in that blue bar, not talking about the 25 DES ALPES points, talking about the balance. That balance is your net pre-tax profits that you will have available.
Yeah, we will do Saturdays. We tend to like to do trainings on Saturdays, Mike. So at some point in the future, when we get people past the basics and everybody's really familiar with the basics training of how to track people and how to use social marketing and so on. Yeah, Donald, we record it because we have several people that's honor the Sabbath. So we record those for everybody, so nobody will miss anything.
Okay, we don't talk about spillover because we didn't build what we've done, and nobody on this call that has been with us, especially for the last 16 weeks, We didn't use spillover, and we didn't use any paid advertising. This is all by private invitation. We've been doing this, and the 2 videos that we have, which we have the how-to video now, I call it, because you have 2 videos. You have a video that talks about why you might want to be doing this and for whom you want to do it for, because we're doing it for our families first, and then we're going to learn how to run a business. This is what Saturday trainings are all about. Saturday trainings are mostly about the technical side of how you run a business, because the majority of people don't make any money because they don't know how to run a business. Running a business is not taking your link and throwing it out to the world, taking your affiliate link and throwing it everywhere.
The videos
don't do that on Facebook anyway.
Terry, the videos that are going to be in the back office are not yet there.
There is a video back there.
There's one video back there
that talks about the crypto smart wallet.
That's it. But the other ones aren't there yet. They want to build some more structure before they go into Q&A type of stuff, as well as profiles, as well as your back office videos.
Hey, Cindy, welcome.
Probably by morning, Elaine.
Estimated time for what, Terry?
Oh, videos. I would not be surprised to see the videos there this week. I'd be shocked if they weren't there this week.
All the upgrades are going on, and matter of fact, part of the back office is shut down, and I'm very surprised that Antonio, who is the programmer and also part of support, has not had to shut that down. I mean, because all the upgrades that are being worked on are just absolutely insane from the perspective of what you have to understand about a software program that runs this platform that we're on. It's just absolutely incredible. Do we get people in our matrix who are not in our immediate upline?
I think you're thinking downline, not upline.
Yeah. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate that. The main thing here, folks, is compensation plans in general are sometimes difficult to understand. So that's one of the reasons why we record these. And you have to go back to your leaders to get the recording, okay, is because you need to be able to sit down and go through the recording, and you can stop it and then make notes, and you can go back and forth and back and forth. Also, that's why we do trainings on Saturdays, that we will cover a lot of these different things, including specialized training. And you want to bring people to training on Saturdays because we do stuff that nobody does.
Nobody.
We absolutely do training that nobody does.
Wilton, I already had a video that I did today. Actually, I think I did it yesterday. I'm waiting on approval from corporation that's based on the slides and the presentation you saw tonight. I already have a video. We'll make it public. It's on YouTube in private right now. I have to, as soon as they tell me, yeah, this is good, I'll make it public. So you just have to get with the person that either invited you to the call or your upline, if you're already a member or already an ambassador, or what your status is. But it'll be probably be public tomorrow. It would be the latest, I would guess.
11 a.m. Eastern. 11 a.m. Eastern. Somebody asked about a 1099. You get that at the end of the tax year. We're just starting the new tax year. You get a 1099 at the end of the tax year.
Yes.
You should be getting it to you if you're involved in a business right now from 2024. The 1099s are coming out now for 2024 taxes.
Likely you won't see the 1099 till January because they have to factor in December's.
Yep. Yes, you will, Gabby.
Folks, I'm going to address a question that's not on here, but I've gotten it several times. So I'm going to address it even though it wasn't asked. We have members, I get this question, well, my spouse is on SS Social Security or SSI, and if they get a bunch of income, they're going to lose their check, et cetera, et cetera. So let me address that. The way Social Security works, you're allowed to make X number of dollars per year without any penalty whatsoever. If you go over that, they could reduce your check by a fraction, 100, 100 and quarter, whatever it is. But here's my question. If you're making 10, 15,000 or more a month, do you care if you lose a couple $100 off your Social Security check? Will it matter to you?
Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. You know that in the United States, the senators and the congressmen battle back and forth every year, always tell us how Social Security is going to be broke, and every year they figure out a way to keep it going. But at the end of the day, if you want to rely on Social Security, then you don't need this business. I'll just be honest with you.
Well,
My whole family's in this, and my wife has been on disability Social Security because she's disabled. All right. Now we have to have a meeting with her attorneys to see how that's going to work for her. But at the end of the day, it's not going to matter because my wife is already an ambassador 6. My daughter's already an ambassador 6. My son's already an ambassador 4. And there's a lot of questions going back and forth about family. Okay. It's 5 levels. That was the master distributors first, and nobody could until we got past their 5 levels. So we're on one of the master distributors 6th level. Donnie Bass, the #1 guy.
Let me answer Benji real quick before he slides off of there. A husband can sponsor a wife, and a wife can sponsor a child if they're over 18. That's allowed if they're over 18.
Yeah, that's part of what I'm trying to answer, Gary.
Oh, okay.
And there's strategy behind this. So we teach this in training, but you're not going to put a family member on your left leg 1st level and a family member on your right leg 1st level. Nope, not going to do that. And you're not going to stack a family member right underneath a family member. What you want to do is you want to separate those folks like I have. My wife, yes, is on my 1st level, my left leg, but I have a builder under her on her 1st level. So she's protected by a builder. My daughter's protected down 2 levels by a builder over the top of her, which is David Gwynn, and then builders underneath her. And then my son is the same way down to the 4th level. He has builders over the top of him and under him. So we are approved to do it this way. It is also ethically, morally, and strategically correct. And again, if you have a spouse, obviously, our children are adult children, so that's their incomes. But my wife and I, that means everything that Gary showed you, our incomes are doubled just because of the strategy. What if the family member is also a builder? Well, then we need to talk about that, Bruce.
It's all good, Bruce.
And yes, build your 5. Look, embrace the number 2. Forget about trying to just get one person. Get 2 people. You saw how many people on this call already have their 2. Just about everybody on this call. And we have 12,000 that we've built this same way, belly to belly, with no paid advertising. For the longest time, we didn't have a link. For some of the time, we couldn't even use the DES ALPES name, but that didn't slow us down or stop us, did it, Gary?
No. Terry, you should know who you personally sponsored, so you should know how to contact them already.
Yeah, you should know who your sponsor is. You should know who your team leader is, and you should absolutely know everybody below you down 5 levels.
As close as possible.
I can tell you I do. Gary does. What do you
The
mean?
information in your back office is names, and it'll show you the number of people. It'll show you which ambassador level they are if they're ambassador. It will show you lots of different things, left side, right side numbers, and so on.
Yeah, it does show you're sponsored under
It
your
does show your
profile.
sponsor's name, yes.
Under your profile, it will show you. Click on your profile, which is your little French guy. We're doing a lot of training stuff here, Gary. So, does
Terry,
anybody else got any questions directly against the presentation that Gary just went
all right.
through?
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Yes, Carl, that's correct. You'll have that opportunity if you set up a PIN.
Yeah, when the debit card becomes available.
Yeah, that's true.
Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, let me address one. Terry, if you're going to do marketing, okay, you're going to end up creating either the way we teach it. Here's how we teach it. We use two videos, what we call a teaser video and a comp video. Okay, so for marketing, even on Facebook or anything else, I tend to create a doc and share the doc on Facebook. It looks just like a web page, has my contact information, has a teaser video, it has the presentation or comp plan video, and they contact me after they've been through the two videos in the way that I do it. Okay. If you're using your link, your response level won't be nearly as strong as what you're thinking. Most people will make personal contact either by email or Facebook or some type of social marketing arrangement, etc.
So nobody's saying that you can't do marketing or build funnels and so on and so forth. But just remember, read your terms of service under section 3.0 and 3.2. You all check the box that says that you read them. So you better read them, and you need to understand those two sections, because that tells you what you can do and what you cannot do and what you have to do in order to get advertising, because you have to have your advertising approved using the DES Alpes name and that logo. And there's advertising approved for static images, I call them, that a lot of people are using on Facebook, and those are getting approved. But funnels and such as that, email marketing, all that has to be approved by DES Alpes.
There's you bet. Now you can actually, so here's what happens. When you bring your first person, they're going to pay you $100 for your first personal. But you paid $129 in. So if you got two people, now they're going to pay you $200. $200 covers the cost of your next upgrade. When you get to your third and fourth upgrade, you're starting to make a little money. You have a profit. So you have money you can withdraw if you need some. But one person is only going to pay you $100, and your expense level for that level is $129 every month, right? So you really want to focus on getting two people. You don't want to depend on spillover, because let's use that example. Maybe you brought your first person in and somebody else spilled over and took that other slot, right? You don't know that person. Maybe they're going to sit there. They don't know what they're doing. They haven't plugged into the system in any way. And so they're just sitting there, and maybe it takes them a couple months to get their two. Well, that slows you up. What you want to do is get your two and then work with those two to help them get their two. You plug them into the way we're doing things. We plug them into the training calls. We plug them into everything that works and what works for other people. So here's an example. I brought in the mid-30s a number of personals. but they weren't my personals. I gave them to other people with the prospect that when they get their two, they're gonna put their two under somebody else. Everybody, we train everybody to develop your first 5 levels. Okay. 2 helping 4, helping 8, helping 16, helping 32, and teach it downstream before you use your link again. That's key.
Hang on
Develop.
a second, Gary. I want Gary to stop right there, because when we talk about knowing the people below you, this is why it's important. Okay, it's called, you want to talk about marketing, and here's a little gold nugget for you. Collective marketing. Collective marketing happens when your first level is done. They're going to put their link away and everybody gets together. So that's not you, that's 3 of you working together. And then they get their first level. Now you've got 6. And if you know each other and you're talking to each other, you will work together. And so it's not 1, it's not 2, not 3, now it's 6. And you can see where we're going with this. All right. And those folks that work together collectively to help each other are the ones that the teams are exploding. Gary and I have leaders with 1,000 under them that are all paid ambassadors. I've got leaders with 2,000, with 5,000 under us. Okay, we're not talking about the company. We're just talking about our team right now. The company broke 20,000 yesterday as members, ambassadors, 20,000 ambassadors. Okay, we have, well, I know we're past 12,000, Gary. We just can't see our numbers.
Yeah.
But we have 12,000 of them. We are the #1 largest single team, and we will always be that.
Always
be that, because of the way we built this, so that the many can be in profit and not just the few. Okay. And as Gary was telling you, once you have your core of 62, all right, that means that you cannot be touched by anybody's spillover, and you don't want spillover, even if you could get it, because just like Gary was speaking to you, those people are not going to be qualified. So who's going to qualify them? You? Right? That's what we're talking about. So do yourself a favor, build your first 5 levels with your team as you're building together. That will be your core. That core group follows you all the way through the entire compensation plan. And then come back once you start getting people into your 6th level, then come back and start building your unilevel. All right. My son's already doing that. We got people that are already doing that because they've got their first 5 levels full, and now they can. And as you build your unilevel, that is your future right there of this compensation plan that will absolutely protect your children's children. Generational wealth is what you're building, but you got to start out in profit first. Then and while you're in profit, you don't ever spend any money again unless you just decide you want to. But if you come and learn how we do this, you don't have to spend a dime. This, you will spend time learning. You have to learn how to run your business. Again, you have to learn how to run your business, and running your business is not just about marketing alone. And it is darn sure not about taking your affiliate link, buy a domain, get a domain. You know the business now. The business that you have in your hands in front of you is shopping, online shopping. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I've been out for 2 hours today, and I've already got 4 people that want my business card the minute I get it ready, because they want to see my mall. And when they see your mall, they're going to shop in it. Why? Because people shop. And then they're going to see that they're saving money. And then they're going to find out from you what? That you're getting paid to shop in your own mall. They're going to want to get paid. This is what Jeff Bezos missed, an opportunity 30 years ago to put a business model together that didn't just have people giving him $15 a month, because that's what he wanted. See, the business model that Jeff Bezos created with Amazon and 200 million people is paying him. Now, he just sold his whole position out. He's out. But there are still people running it. This mall that you're going to have, and we've seen the beginnings of it, is like you going out your front door, getting in your car and driving to your mall, and you go to a place that's got 200 stores that you didn't spend $150 million to buy and have to wait 5 years to get in profit because people do that. No, you started with your own mall with over 200 stores starting, thousands of stores to come, thousands and thousands and thousands of products, comparatively costing against Amazon and cheaper, and you get paid to do that. This is not a fad, folks. This is a trend, and a trend that has the opportunity to make you and your families however big you want to get. And so how hard is it to get two people? It's simply, the question now is, hey, do you shop online? Amy, do you shop online? Gabby, do you shop online? Mike Parker, do you shop online? Amar, do you shop online? Beverly, do you shop online? Everybody shops online. And the majority of people shop at least once a month. 50% of the people that I've interviewed shop at least once a week online. But just forget that. Just say they only come shopping once a month. You have to start imagining what's going to happen. And in local communities, Groupon was one of the biggest couponers in the world. We are taking the Groupon model and applying that to the shopping mall as well. You're going to have digital coupons to hand out to your local people, your local businesses, and your link is going to be embedded in that coupon. Can you imagine? How many people do you think want to use a coupon to shop with? Everybody. Why? Because everybody wants to shop for quality products and services, and they want to save money. And then when you let them know, oh, by the way, we're going to pay you to do that, game over. Ladies and gentlemen, game over. So there's your lead in. If you can't get two people that want to shop, I don't know what to tell you. What do you think, Gary?
I want to answer Donald's question because we have a video that I just finished. I'm waiting for final approval. It should be ready tomorrow. That does this presentation right here that you saw tonight in a video. It's about 42 minutes, give or take, that does the entire presentation for you. Now, we don't lead with that. We lead with what I call the teaser video that gives the people the why. If they don't have a why, if you don't know your why to do something, why would you do it? So we actually have a two-part system, but we'll have that video probably public tomorrow.
And Daniel LaCroix, our admin that's handling all the translations, is we're going to have videos coming out. We're going to have videos coming out again because of the new updates in this new PowerPoint in Hindi and Spanish. And we've already got a lot of the translations done for the what I call the mission video. Gary calls it a teaser, but actually it's the mission. Look, the vision of DES Alpes and the vision of this team and your leadership is very, very clear, that we are one global community working together to change people's lives, one family a day, one day at a time. It's that simple.
Bob, do you want to touch on the categories real quick? And international shipping we already have, Tamika.
Categories of what?
In the mall. Somebody wanted to brief a few of the products, but rather than products, we'll brief the categories.
Well, I'll read them off to you. Okay, women's clothing, home and garden and furniture, health, beauty and hair, men's clothing, pet supplies, phone accessories, toys, kids for babies, jewelry and watches, home improvement, sports and outdoors, bags and shoes, all kinds of articles that you would buy for your automobile, motorcycles, computers, an office, consumer electronics. I could go on and on and on. And this is one of the most beautiful things I've seen, mainly because, again, you get to save money and you get paid to purchase your own products and services. That's never been done before. Online shopping is not a fad. It is a trend that is going to be a $1 trillion trend in the next few years, if it has not been already, just because of Amazon. But nobody but DES Alpes for now is giving anybody commissions for shopping there, much less sharing the kind of money that they're sharing to find folks that want to shop. It's that simple now. It's just that simple. All you got to do is find people that want to go shopping online, something they're doing every day, day in and day out. Yep, and they've already got a section for logos. And then you also are going to get the opportunity, if you own your own clothing store. I've got many people that do, that are in my downline. They're going to be applying after we go public. They're going to be applying for their clothing lines, their products, their services. We got a lot of product developers, digital product developers. They're going to be applying. The list goes on and on and on. And you will be able to go to your local merchants. Your local merchants may not even have a presence online. You can put them online and in the mall. You're going to be able to do things. Your imagination is the only thing that's going to hold you back from doing things that nobody's doing with this business model right now. Hey, you want to answer that question, Gary?
Which question?
We need to call it. There's
Gary
the last
Jacob?
question that's in there.
By the end of 30 days, they get charged the 129. My understanding is that it would compress over you because you don't have enough there to cover it. But that's subject to interpretation. We can't really answer that yet because I don't know. But my understanding, the way it was explained to me, if you don't have enough in there to cover it, it doesn't remove you. It will compress over you for that month. Nothing would come out. At the same time, no commission would be paid because you didn't pay, right? So it would compress over for that month, which gives you another 30 days to help that person get their second person. That's my current understanding.
And the mall is a very, very big deal because it's already going to be in a lot of different countries available. Not everywhere yet, but it will be in a lot of countries available, and drop shipping 7 to 10 days. It's just some amazing things that they're doing behind the scenes with this whole project.
Tamika, here's the thing. We don't know until they code all of it. All they have in there right now is placeholders. So we can't answer, the mall won't go live until February 1st. That's our understanding, is February 1st is the date that it'll be live. So until we've actually used it, that's kind of a hard question to answer.
But Gal, you're right. Yeah, Scott, go ahead and share what you got back.
Yeah, please do.
You just did. You know, here's the thing. we all want to be successful, and the easiest road to success is the simplest one laid out in front of you. So the easiest one to success is just get your 2 people. Folks, I'm going to be real honest with you. It's less than a $200 one-time investment, and get your 2 people and you're done. Then you just start building if that's what you want to do. Or if you just want to get paid to shop, you got your 2 people. But, you know, we've got teams that are, as I've already said, everybody started with 2. Some people have 500 of them. Some people have 1,000 already. Some people have 2,000. David Gwynn and his team have 7,000 under them. I got teams that have 100, 200, 300. Some teams are just getting started. And basically, if you were with us since week 1, day 1, all of those people that were with us in the start have been building week in, week out for the last 16 plus weeks, 17 weeks now. And every one of them that completely plugged in to our process and followed our process to the letter are all the teams that are exploding and building outside of the United States. We are already bigger outside of the United States than we are in the US. And I understand why. And I think most of you might as well. Because there, folks outside the United States are a lot more hungry than we are. And I'm not talking about starving. I'm talking about hungry for an opportunity to get paid in US dollars, especially with their conversion rates, right? Yes, getting in is tough for a lot of people. In some countries, getting in is 1 year's worth of wages. And they still are coming like wildfire because they see the bigger picture. And they all know one thing. They want to shop. And they know people that do shop. And they want to upgrade their shopping. Everybody does, right? All right. We're
Yeah, it's time to
yeah.
folks, plug into Saturday's call or watch the replay for those of you can't, and plug into the system we teach. If
And
you plug in, you're going to be successful. If you don't
right,
plug
David.
in and you really try and reinvent the wheel, you're going to struggle.
You know, that's the biggest thing is 2 things: not understanding how to run a business. And if you have, and there's no shame in that. The shame is trying to do something you don't know how to do and then blaming somebody else for your lack of success. Come on, let's be real.
Refund policy on, to make it on what? On products or what you spent and joined?
Well, there is no refund policy once you've got somebody under you.
Not beyond the mall products, that's a different situation.
Yeah, that's different.
We don't know the answer to that yet.
The refund policy is also in your PDF, your 48-page PDF under terms of service in your back office, right inside. Yeah, Bree, let's pack the Saturday training. There's no reason why every one of you cannot bring at least 1 or 2 people to a Saturday training. And folks, the people that bring people to the Saturday training want more. The training is designed for 2 purposes. One, that is one of the easiest reaches you've got, next to asking somebody if they shop online and want to learn how to run a business shopping online, because that is your business. Your shopping mall is your business. Okay. And by the way, if you didn't know what your product is to begin with, is you are spending $100 on a digital training product that they're getting ready to put in the back office as well. But yeah, Linda, training is free. I don't care. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you're promoting. I don't care what business. We don't care. Just come on. Because what's happening and been happening week in, week out is people that bring guests get a gold nugget, and they come back to me and tell me on my Facebook page. It's Bob Riddell, Riddell, Facebook. All you can do, you go look at my post, you'll see what's going on. Okay. But the point is they come to the training, they bring a guest with them, the guest gets a gold nugget. They go back and try something that they listened to, and it actually works. And why do we know that? Because they come back and tell us, and then they end up joining that person that brought them as a guest into DES ALPES. Why? Because they want the whole enchilada. Well, of course you do. I get it. Why wouldn't you, right? We don't care what you're doing. Okay. Well, I don't care if you're doing 15 different businesses. You know, I think that you want to give this some strong consideration. All right. I think we need to call it, Gary.
Yes, sir. Folks, we appreciate you spending the time with us tonight. We appreciate you spending the extra time for a Q&A for those of you still here.
Patricia Parent, you're absolutely right. But I want to leave everybody with one thing very clearly, and I talk about this all the time, is this is a $200 one-time investment. It's not $200 a month. It's not $2,000, not $10,000. There's plenty of businesses out there that you could invest all kinds of money. And then what? Okay. So don't make an investment that you cannot afford to make, no matter what it is. That's rule number one. Rule number two, if you're going to make the investment, don't do it without knowing that you are going to commit and sacrifice a number of hours every week to learning how to run your business. Learning how to run your business. Okay. And I can tell you, person after person after person on here, and leaders after leader after leader on here that are still working a full-time job, and some of them working overtime, and they're doing this part-time, and they already have a team built. So there is absolutely no excuse for anyone that wants to learn how to do it, that they can do it, and they will make time to do it. Because at the end of the day, listen very carefully, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, you either feel worthy enough that you want to do something special, not for yourself, but for your family first, so that you can learn how to run the business and then share it with everybody that you can touch, everybody that you connect to. Okay? Because if you don't feel worthy, then that means that what? That your family's not worthy? Look, I will do anything short of anything illegal that jeopardizes my family to make sure that my family gets the opportunity that I've wanted to give them forever, including my wife of almost 40 years now. I told her many years ago, and I've been working on this for a long time, that if it were within my power and within God's purview himself, that I could give my family and her the world, I will do it. And I have done it. And Gary has done it. And Craig and David. And I can go leader after leader. And Barbie's doing it. And Gabby's doing it. And Amy's doing it. And Angela Holmes is doing it. And this is not about any of us. This is all about you. This is all about you, and what do you really want in your life for you and your family and those that you know around you that need the help, because that's what we're all about. Don't forget what we're all about. We are one global community changing the lives of families one day at a time. And that is a noble cause, ladies and gentlemen, a noble cause. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.